Hey everybody. You know, over the last few years, I've heard, especially Yankees say, get to know your neighbors, and others say that too, and I think I might have said it a few times. Because in a bad situation, you might depend on your neighbors, or your neighbors might depend on you, so on and so forth. But Sunday I was here, and mowing the grass and weed eating and spraying for stuff, and the guy that lives behind me here, he's always working on something, so I kept hearing this beating noise. And I'm thinking, you know, it's awful late in the evening for somebody to be tearing something down or something. Especially him, because he gets up early and leaves, but I didn't think anything of it. And I seen a car over there that had the park lights on. I seen somebody walking around the house and all. I didn't think nothing of that either. And then I heard glass break, a real loud glass breakage. Well, the person that was on the front porch seen me up on my deck, and they stood still, and then they turned and walked to their car, jumped in and took off. And I got, you know, the description in the car and all that. So I walked over there, you know, put my gun in my pocket, and I walked over there to see if everybody was all right. And the place looked abandoned. You know, there's no cars, trucks, anything that's usually over there. I haven't seen the dogs and the chickens out in the last week or so either, because I haven't been home much because of my dad. But well, I go over there and I do a little searching around myself, and the whole front porch is tore up, the windows are busted, there's food throughout the back door, all over the yard, just tore all to pieces. And the person I seen was a little old lady. So I didn't know what else to do. There's nobody there. Of course, there was nobody there answering the door. I don't know if, you know, I didn't know if anything bad had happened or what. So I called the police. Took them about 30 minutes or so to get here. And of course it done got dark, and well, come to find out, there's nobody there. And the lady tore their place up. So a couple hours later, somebody knocked on my door. It was the guy that lives there. And he explained to me that him and his wife had divorced or split up, and she was living with another man. And I described the person in the car, and he told me it was her new boyfriend's wife. So it just goes to show that, you know, get to know your neighbors. And if you're planning on being gone, like, he's already moved out the house, but it's still his. It's just sitting over there. You can barely see it. It's kind of dark. But you know, get to know your neighbors, and let them know if you're leaving, because your neighbors is your best protection against people tearing your stuff up, especially your house. And your neighbors are the ones who look out for you when you're not there, just like I look out for the neighbors next to me that's gone half the year. It's those people that you need to get bonded with and trust and get to know. And that's going to be your biggest part of prepping, because if you know, SHTF or a bad situation or anything like that, it's your neighbors you have to live with. It's the people around you in your neighborhood that you need to get to know and get along with, because they're the ones that's going to pull with you to, you know, survive. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to show a good example of why you should let your neighbors know that you're not going to be at home for a while, or you've gone, or watch your house, or so on and so forth. And from now on, I'll make sure I get to know my neighbors. I kind of feel bad that I didn't go over there sooner, but I'm used to him beating on stuff, so I didn't pay attention. That's it. See you on the next video. Thanks for watching.